Hey, don't scroll. I want you to give me 30 seconds. Have you ever wondered what the voice of God sounds like? I want you to tag somebody and I want you to share this because maybe it could change their life. So I was reading 1 Kings chapter 19, and I was reading about a story about a man named Elijah. He was a prophet. That means he was really tight with God. And so he went to this cave because he was afraid that they were going to kill him. And he was listening for the direction of God, being the prophet, and trying to hear his voice. It says that while he was in the cave, all these natural disasters happened. There was a fire, there was a hurricane, there was an earthquake, but it says that God's voice wasn't in any of those things, and that after all this, quiet came, and then he heard a still small voice, like a whisper. The voice of God doesn't sound like yelling, shouting, or screaming. It sounds like a whisper because God is closer than you think. If God is close, he can whisper. If God is far, he'll yell. But to Elijah, he was close, and so he came in a small, still voice.
You know, I'll give it to him, right? God is closer than you think because God is within you, okay? I've talked about this so many times throughout so many videos. God isn't somewhere up in the sky. God isn't somewhere whispering in your ear. The voice of God that you supposedly hear, your, what they call it, I'm your conscience.
Some of these hoes, man. You ain't got no hoes? No cocaine? Nigga, no wonder this party's so dead. We want you to light this shit up.
Where is he right now? We're here for Emmett Smith. Do you have any jokes for him tonight?
God Tory got everybody out of the way, and I did too. I want to say this to Emmett Smith, man.
I'm your conscience.
It is a pleasure.
Man, it sure did get hot in here. Am I fucking up right now? I'm your conscience. I really don't need to be up here right now. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
These brothers start making money, you can't tell them shit.
I'm your conscience.
All right.
You ever see it in cartoons, and your conscience, that's the voice of God. Your gut, that you're feeling that something told me not to do that. Something told me to say that. Something told me not to go this way. That's God.
Be a good boy and always let your conscience be your guide.
I love the way that T.I. explained the voice of God.
I have my own conversation with him. I have my own relationship with him. Matter of fact, the closest you can get to speaking to God is when you hear your own voice in your head. Because if God gonna speak to you, He's not gonna speak to you in no ominous voice like an echo in the hallway. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He gonna speak to you. It's gonna be your voice. He gonna speak to you in the most relatable voice that you know, the most familiar voice that you could possibly know, and that's your own. You dig what I'm saying? So my relationship with God does not require a middleman.
He said the voice of God isn't high and low. It doesn't sound like this and that. The voice of God sounds like you. If God gonna sound like anybody, it's gonna sound like me. And I love that demonstration. The voice of God is your voice, your conscience, because you are God manifested in the flesh. That's what it says in the Bible. Generally, you are supreme consciousness manifested in a vessel, in a body, in a shell.